to me, I think declaring intention serves a purpose. I think when you go out there and you say, this is what I'm going to be doing, this is where I'm going to be at, you officially have the world holding you accountable. That pressure could be good pressure to put into your life. We hear the phrase peer pressure, and we always get the negative connotation of peer pressure. Right? It's like, hey, don't do drugs because of peer pressure. You know, say no to drugs, peer pressure. Go to school, peer pressure, peer pressure. Where, I mean, it all depends who the peer is that's giving you pressure. Because if you got the right peer giving you the right kind of pressure, you can do some big things in your life. So I think that additional kind of peer pressure you put into yourself, you're in the right circles, right environments, those two guys that, you know, put some kind of a peer pressure or direction into you, can really be a spark to change someone's life, where all of a sudden the identity goes from being a regular person to the next day, no one recognizes them. In the world of social media, of influencers, there's some that'll say things like, listen, you have a lot of time. Take your time. You're okay. You're going to be all right. You're going to be fine. You have a lot of time. And that's fine. That can work for some audiences. And sometimes you wonder if it's almost like a strategy so other people don't catch up to you because they think they're like, honestly, you sit there and say, is this guy really that dark that he's trying to get everybody else to slow down? So he kind of, you know, works his ass up. Well, hey, everybody else, you slow down, it's okay. Where for me on the other side is, listen, this never lies. This lies. When I look at my hand this way, I'm 25 years old. When I look at my hand this way, I'm 40 years old. We look at our hands too often this way. I like to look at my hands like this. This doesn't lie. This is a 40-year-old wrinkles. This is 40, okay? I can't lie about that. That's 40 years old. Now I can look at this and say, no, I'm a lot younger, I got a lot of time. We don't. So for me, I would sit there, one of my biggest drivers was, you're at your dad's funeral. This sounds crazy to some people, but I have visualized, it's gonna be the first time my dad's ever gonna hear this, because I've never said this to him, because you know, I just don't want to tell him this kind of stuff, because I don't want him to think about it, like I don't want him to say, hey, I can't believe you said this. I have visualized my dad's funeral 50,000 times. And when I visualize, I'm like, okay, you're speaking. What are you saying? You know, you're the closing speaker. What are you going to say? You okay with it? Are you okay with who's going to be there? You know, are you okay if he dies at this age? Your kids never met him. They don't have a relationship with grandpa like you don't. For you, it matters because of B.David last name. You're the only person I can continue this B.David last name. All the other guys didn't have kids. You have to continue this generation. There's a legacy. The Syrian community is a small community. We're endangered species. It's not like there's millions of us. It's a very small community of Syria. We lost our country. So I go there and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's not how it's going to be. Here's how it's going to be. He's going to live this. This is what's going to take place. So when that day comes, I'm not going to have any regrets because I'm going to be good. That visualization of going there creates so much urgency for me that makes me too often this whole gift that we have. We're not putting that gift of imagination and visualization in place. And so either we waste it and we just go into la la land. Oh my gosh, what if I have a big house? What if my, you know, zip code is Beverly Hills? What if I have this big house? And what if I could put the big parties? What if I date these hot girls? What if I date the best looking guy? What if I have this? What if I have that? That's fine, but that's not deep enough. You got to go really deep. Really deep with purpose and really deep with if you don't move, what could take place. So again, going back to it for me is for people to sit there and realize if you really want to move yourself, ask the questions, go deeper on what life could happen, both good and bad. Don't just say, oh, all good or all bad. Tap into both of them, and hopefully that creates urgency for you to start taking the next necessary steps to grow your business. But the gift of imagination and visualization is rarely used properly.